And in games 1 and 3, was so instrumental sa pagkakapanalo ng NXPE Evos. That being said, hindi nila hayaan na maganda yung game ni Donut from any part of the game. Kasi nung game 1 and 3, sabihin na natin, particularly sa game 3, hindi maganda yung game ni Donut for the first few minutes, but eventually it went better compared sa Onic Philippines nung sa late game. This time, making sure na early game until the late game, meron kang Yuzhong and Lilia na magiging problema para dito sa Clint. The next play Evos, I would assume na nila yung Brody as well as this Popol and Koopa so that they will have a good laning stage versus potentially in the gold lane versus Sparky. Ang tricky nga lang dito is known ang Onic Philippines na biglang gumagamit ng Lilia sa may gold lane. So, ito yung tricky. I like the man on the lands a lot as well.
Tignan natin kung mag-flex nga ba bigla ang Onic Philippines. If that first pick or first two picks, Lilia will be worth the flex. It's very, very possible, as you mentioned. As for next play Evos, ano pang natitirang junglers for H2? Nandiyan pa rin yung Lilia. Yung Olus. Kanina pa tayong Lilia ng Lilia. Nandiyan yung Olus. Nandiyan yung Ling. But very dangerous, I'd say. Hayabusa? Hayabusa really has fallen off. Parang nasa B na si Hayabusa.
Oo nga eh. And this is the Rafaela. May hatred. Still can't get over it, pero sabi mo nga mukhang kailangan natin masanay sa idea na hatred, the Harith highlight player of 2018. Mga Gushon, mga Fanny, will go now down in 2022 as a Rafaela player.
Well, go up to me, huh? He's growing up. He's eventually maturing, di ba? So this is J-Lord evolving as a player right before our eyes. Parang Chakno, Estes kahapon. Still not getting over it. But now, next play Evos, they're gonna be closing up their draft. 2 more picks. Again, wala pa dito ang pick ni H2 at wala pa ang possible pick ni Cadenza. Yan na Wolf, ang nabanggit natin medyo nagsa-struggle na hero sa metagame ngayon na si Hayabusa. And there's the Cadenza hero. There's the Jughead.
Actually, di ako surprise kung Baloyski hero to. Or maybe yung mga Brody. Just to have a game ender for this game. What would be their choice? Esmeralda is still open. Pero hindi din siya ganun kaganda. I'm thinking yung Lilia baka ilagay nila sa gold lane, honestly, to win this lane versus Clint. Or get a late game marksman. Maybe Claude?
A Claude. Kaso nga lang, sobrang bilis ng spike ng next play. So ito, sasagutin nila mano-i-mano, Clint versus Brody.
Yep. Alam mo yung game 4 and 5, sa sobrang used natin na makita na nakakaiba yung mga picks ng Onic PH in the past 3 days, including this day sa Sibol 2020 National Team Selection. Sobrang creative nila. Kakaiba yung mga pinipick nila. And then come the last 2 games of the day, you're always overthinking, this will be a Lilia, the gold day, kung ano man to. And then they go back to the basics. Clint ng previous game, Brody gold lane in this game. Super standard, Rafaela plus Lilia. Yuzhong to counter the marksman of the enemy. Super standard gameplay.
Basically, salang sa lamig, salang sa init, always keeps you guessing, and that alone makes you uncomfortable, and that might be one of the gambits in Coach Yeb's arsenal. Pero si Zico hindi naman magpapa-isa dito. He's giving them their comfort heroes, and again, after the Sicilian games of the previous games in the series, binigay niya na ulit yung Matilda ni Hayes. So we'll see. It looks like a very hyperactive lineup. So totoo lang, the Clint and the Hayabusa, great mid-game spike. Tapos syempre, ang ganda ng mga single targets nila in that Jawhead and in that Matilda. They can confirm kills and convert very, very fast. Game number 5, it comes down to this. One of these teams have to stop their journey in trying to become part of Sibol 2022. Next play Evos versus Onic Philippines. They're starting on the same side, Wolf. Same side of the jungle. Purple for Onic, orange for next play.
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately para Denza ang kanyang na-ejector ay yung Pakito mismo. So hindi niya marireset whatsoever itong purple buff. While ito naman si Creed, already playing forward. We need to say ay makabante agad siya. Marky, nice flicker out. Pero no punish whatsoever. Already, these two players are duking it out. Kaso lalamang dun si Donut, knowing na meron pa siyang flicker.
Yep, that's 2 minutes na medyo nasa danger zone si Super Marky after this recall. Naalam niya rin eh. You can see in the minimap, kinokontrol niya rin yung wave. Para lang din hindi ganun kadali yung cart management ni Donut. Bottom lane, Ureshi versus Dilar. Kumusta naman yung matchup na to? What's the matchup like between a Yuzhong and an Edith? At least in the laning stage.
I think yung idea na yung passive ng Yuzhong tas melee versus melee based siya, nalalamang din yung Yuzhong almost all the time. At lalamang siya kasi hindi siya ever matatalon. At minimum 50-50. Kaya naman ang mga nakikita natin na heroes para kay Dilarski, go siya doon ni Hayabusa. Goes down.
First blood, we were just talking about it, mentioned it, nag-iba yung dynamic, hindi na siya 50-50 of course. Nabili siya ng jungler. Hahanap tayo kung saan pupunta si Flick. Saan niya mahanap yung pagbawi dun sa early death ni Dilar. Start of this turtle. Nasa side siya ngayon ng Onic. Greed. Posing up. Nandito na rin si Hatred. And it's gonna be a turtle. Clean going over to Onic Philippines here.
Red team has slain the turtle.
So ang naging ideology ng mga teams, okay, Super Marky will probably go down here.
Has been slain.
Interestingly enough, he was a little too forward, and of course, NXPE bibigyan talaga siya. What you were saying, the mindset.
Yeah, dun sa may bottom lane, nung ginaw ni H2 doon si Dilar, he had to use his ultimate. And parang siya, hidden na go signal para sa Onic Philippines na mag-take ng Lord. Yun nga lang, ang problema dito sa Onic Philippines is hindi sila nagkaroon ng enough time para maka-respond dun sa kanilang top lane na Brody and Super Marky drops in that top lane. Nakuha ng konting salida dito si Donut with that 1-1 assist.
And mid lane still at parity. H2 here. Trying to go for greed. Ayaw niyang pindutin. Hindi siya mag-commit dahil ito nga ay isang Lilia that could just press the black shoes na may purify pa. So Greed can just get away with it. Right now, it's going to be a babysit nation sa gold lane between Onic and next lane. Oh, ejector though! On to one! Hatred na huli dito. That's gonna be another kill going over next play Evos.
Ang ganda pwesto mula kay Cadenza. And obviously, Onic Philippines, si Hatred, hindi niya talaga na-tansya na meron tao doon. He didn't exchange to Matilda, pero mukhang outer turret energy shields na lang dito sa may bottom lane. Ang kapalit. Mid lane, I mean.
Oh. Yep, forcing out the flicker. So alam nila na si Hayes ay hindi ganoon ka-mobile. Itong mid lane ay medyo vulnerable. Fast push ng next play Evos sa top lane. Saan kaya makakaroon ng bawi ang Onic dito? Ureshi. Threatening and engage. Ito rin no, ang gandang combo nito, Wolf. Yung circling eagle plus suplex.
Oo. Ang daming chain CC actually ng NXPE. Imagine Matilda at saka Johet. Dati, pinag-aagawan to noong MPL Season 7 and 8. This time, hindi mo pwedeng nakikita mo together in one team. And that's scary. Feeling ko hindi na wala yung value na pwede mo makuha mula dun sa Unstoppable Force dahil reliable stun siya. As well as the Circling Eagle. So a lot of confirmed from NXPE Evos with their composition.
Red team has slain the turtle.
Yeah. And Black Dragon form ginamit dito ni Dilar para lang ma-ensure na walang papasok at makukuha nila ang turtle, second turtle of the game here. But where is Next Play Evos' lead coming from? Yes, na-push nila yung top lane. Yes, they do have 3 kills. Is that what explains this, Wolf? Kung bakit nga ba ahid sila ng mga 2K?
That's the only thing that really gives them the advantage right now.
Red team hero has been slain.
Sobrang gandang timing mula kay Tenzas. Man, so far this guy is proving to be a good addition para sa ng NXPE Evos. Ibang klase yung control niya dito sa mapa. And with the traditional roamer on the Johead, hindi na yata sanay ang Onic Philippines dito. Lagi silang nahuhuli ng joint na to. So far, si Hatred nakuha na 2 kills on 2 deaths. I mean, on Here Comes Dilarski. napakagandang performance on this.
Oh! Black Shoes already used up. Plus the quad shadow. Ang bilis sumagot ni H2. While we're waiting for more action, and I think Onic PH has to slow it down, let's talk about Cadenza. You mentioned na napakagandang pickup niya nga para sa next play EVOS. You know what it feels like, Wolf? Para siyang 2019 player in a 2022 rookie. And there's a trade happening from top lane to bottom lane. Saintland goes down, Ureshi goes down. Ang gulo. May push na may top lane si Donut tier 2. Top lane, bottom lane, nagsastruggle si natin dito si Hayes. Oh my god, what just happened?
But the trade did happen. I think mas pabor pa to sa NXPE, boss. Kasi kahit 1-for-1 yung trades sa top, dito rin sa bottom lane 1-for-1. Tapos inner turret yung nakuha ng NXPE boss dun sa may top lane. Which means na mas maganda yung kanilang map control. Meron silang konting access dito sa may turret. Push siya naturally. Tapos you see na lumaki din talaga yung economy ng NXPE was because of that. Ahead 2,000 over Onic Philippines at nagsa-snowball in a game na hindi ganun na lumalamang ng NXPE boss for sure. Mas maganda yung kanilang late game scaling. Halos pa rin sa composition ng Onic Philippines at NXPE was, but whoever is ahead in the early stages of the game, whoever controls the mid game will take this win.
Yep. And so far, next play EVOS, ang sinabi nilang desisyon nila, ang pinapakita lang sa atin is hindi namin gusto yung turtle. May iba kaming hinahanap, and that's turrets and kills. And this whole time, bumabande lang. To, si Cadenza, threatening the ejector there, but that was enough. I think this is hatred using the flicker. So ngayon, again, another 2 minutes of relative vulnerability.
At yung Onic Philippines, parang sila yung naging biktima ng sarili nilang lason sa ngayon. Yung split pushing is NXP is actually doing it so well. And pag tinakpan mo yung mga names, yung mga team names dito, parang sila yun. Yung Onic nasa side.
Yep, Circling Eagle able to give enough shields na medyo pumextos pa. Medyo kumanan si Hayes doon. He will still go down. Hatred's still alive. Only healing to get them to move out. And I think that was just the first or second time na nakita ko nangyari sa Matilda.
Swerving, no? Then again, isang kill dun sa mid laner ng NXPE boss. Ito kasi ang NXPE boss kasi nakakuha sila ng push sa may bottom lane.
Suplex and ult. Flicker out as well. Expended for Ureshi. Nanakaw ba ang purple? Nope. H2 still secures it. And I think Onic is slowly building up some confidence. Pero tanong ko lang sa'yo, Wolf, ready na ba ang Onic? Kaya na ba nilang maging aggressor ulit sa sitwasyong ito? They are down about 2k gold.
When it comes to firepower, yes, kaya naman nila. When it comes to the items, siguro arguable, but I think the real question is, can they afford na hindi sila ganun? Kasi feeling ko imperative siya. Losing this mid lane turret para sa Onic Philippines means the world. Para sa kanilang team, laking map control ang naibibigay niya sa NXPE was that good. Pick off on the hatred. And also, off-cam si Dilar na welcome siya doon ni Ureshi at ni H2. Pero si Flick, makakabawi naman sa isa. It's Hayes, he's gonna take him down. I think I also found another answer to that question is, will the map allow it? Kasi may mga ganun mangyayari na parang mahirapan ka dahil sa mapa. Suplex plus bato. Dito kay Greed, popping that Black Shoes. And now it's Flick who's taking a lot of damage. Traded out for Cadenza. No, Flick's gonna get away with it. There's a shadow kill onto Greed. He's still alive. One shuriken toss. And that's going to be the trade. And the stun. Turn up my memory. Down goes H2. A shutdown by Super Marky. Oh my God. Marky, Super Marky played that well. Sobrang lupit na. Okay. The breakdown was, nakakuha ng kill si Flick with the aggressive maneuver, with the punish. Tapos, nabuhay pa siya afterwards. Dahil, pagka-shadow ni H2 forward, isang hit na lang sana si Flick, na-stun muna ni Super Marky. And then eventually, Onic Philippines, hindi enough yung stacks ni Hayabusa para mag-focus fire yung Ogi Shadow kill kay Super Marky. At dahil doon nabuhay din siya, mas natulungan nga, and then nakaabang agad yung Holy Baptism, and then eventually, enough stacks mula doon naman kay Marky to pop the torn apart memory. What a great recovery because of the confidence, of the composure na meron itong si Super Marky.
Yep, and so far, next play EVOS, ang liit ng lead nila. Nasa 1k na lang. Kanina, almost 3k. but they still have map control. Wala pa rin nako-convert masyado ang Onic Philippines due to their past couple of wins. Oh, unstoppable! Fast ejector into that bush. Did not need to use it, pero enough yun para mabigla si Greed na hindi na siya maka-purify. And Black Shoes, diretso convert into this Lord. It's the first one of the game. Not lethal, pero kung ganito yung mapa mo, like how Onic has it right now, nakalbo, yung mga torre mo, mid-tier 2 na lang natitira. NXPE is just going faster again. Back in the driver's seat.
Not lethal, pero sobrang sobrang significant ito para sa NXPE boss. What they're doing right now is lane freeze, right? So pagsasabay nila to with the Lord, and very good discipline para makahanap sila ng mga outliers, like low-hanging fruit, like potentially Flick, pero nakaramdam si Flick. It was very scary, pero at least Flick was able to just run away from that. And yung Onic Philippines for sure ay confident sila, kaso, oh, what? Okay.
Black Shoes bait! Dito ka mag-unstoppable force. Cadenza able to flicker out with his life still intact. Meron pa siyang mortality, mind you. So far, Wolf, you were saying, ang action pack nung past 2 seconds.
Yung sasabihin ko sana na komportable dito yung Onic Philippines kasi meron silang Lilia, but Reed actually walked like he's walking in the park sa may mid lane. Good thing is, alam na alam niya yung gagawin nila. This was definitely a Black Shoes play.
Yep. So far, successful defense by by Onic Philippines onto next versus Siege. Next target is going to be mid. Nag-pop na ba yung mga inhibitor minion? Yeah, so wala na yung inhibitor defense measures ng Onic Philippines. So next leave was they have to play for the next big play here.
Red team
I think
turret has
definitely
been
makuha nila yung
destroyed.
Torin na yun. Thing is, si Greed ay meron din tulong ng Rafaela. Siguro ito yung play talaga ng Onic Philippines kaya meron silang Rafaela kasi parang double layers yung pwedeng maging aggression mula dun sa Lilia. Kumbaga yung Lilia na bilang mage na typically ay nasa backlines ay pwede siyang umangat ng counter.
Yep. And again, it's both engage and disengage. So itong hatred Rafaela is really paying for itself in the draft. It's keeping them alive. Onic Philippines down about 3,000 gold in 13 minutes. Lord coming up in 45 seconds. Ang ganda ng approach na next play dito. They're playing it safe. Nagpapakita sila. Pero hindi alam kung nasa yung Hayabusa. Onic Philippines always have to watch out for that. And hatred. Playing for vision. Checking. Oh. We will have to hold our breath here. Siguro guys,
Hinga-hinga.
ng tubig. Hinga-hinga muna. Very tight. Woo!
Oh, very tight. I think we're just looking at a very close game. And, pero, I'm pretty sure na mas komportable naman, mas nakakahinga naman ang mga NXP fans knowing that they're 3K ahead and they're actually controlling the map. Wala nang outer turrets ang side ng Onic Philippines at laging good side yan. Kasi ang talaga nakuha nila dyan is map control. If they're smart enough, ang NXP pwede nilang tanggalin or alisin ang mga buffs ng side ng Onic Philippines and then get their own. Bigay nila yung purple nila doon sa perhaps other members, parang skill-dependent members of the team. And maybe even get the orange buff. Ibigay nila dun sa Clint para mas masakit yung damage and then get their own orange buff para doon kay Hayabusa. Tapos, ang kagandahan pa dito, na-activate naman yung Hayabusa ni H2. So, isa sa mga bagay na pwedeng gamitin, pwedeng i-approach if you're using the Hayabusa is to split push 2. Kasi mabilis ka naman mag-traverse ng mapa.
Mm-hmm. And so far, that's what they've been doing, managing the top lane, managing the bottom lane. And I think, mag-overextend na konti, ipipilit itong wave sa taas para sagutin, para may -1. But wait, early! Black Dragon form here by Pilar, getting bursted down here. Oh, unstoppable force, hahanapan ng ejector. Cannot find it. There's a knock-up out to Odenza, popping immortality. At ngayon mag-burst down na rin si Greed. But may bawi sila, Odenza going down as well. And so far, 4v4 pa rin ang labang ito.
All of the ultimates used. Siyempre, hindi mo i-count yung kay Flick kasi mabilis yung cooldown yan. But all of the battle spells used as well. Pati yung mga immortality. Pero mukhang lamang pa rin sa control itong next play Evos, but they're respecting. Alam nila na posibleng pumalag pa rin dito ang Onic Philippines and Grid is also slowly respawning. Yung trade-off na yun, nagkapalitan, nagkasuntukan lang yung pares sa teams. And then, nobody coming out ahead. Yun nga lang, para sa Onic Philippines, hindi ganun ka-healthy yung kanilang lane management, which means na parang NXP ang mas mauna ulit dito sa round 2 ng Lord Dance.
Yep, yung team fight kanina, Wolf, papawis lang yon. Walang totoong damage. Walang permanent consequences. But this time around, let's see. Lord at a third of its health. That's going to be the Black Dragon form. Dilar, dumodrawing dito ng mga bilog. And is he gonna get bursted down? Is there enough shy energy in him? The answer is no. That's gonna be the Immortality pop. That's going to be one down. Donut bites it. Wala pang bawi dito. Oh, Dilar finally was... Ako ni H2, yung Lord! At magbabackout siya with the guiding wind. Hindi pa tapos yung laban. That's going to be Oreshi flickering on out. And that's 1 for 1. But eventually, NXPE EVOS gets what they want.
Oh, I'm surprised na nabuhay doon si Flick. Imagine literally going up against 3 members of NXPE EVOS, but very good composure. And from NXPE EVOS, we are gonna see it once again. Tignan mo dito si Oreshi as well as the Joet, making sure na yung likod ng Onic Philippines ay makaharangan niya. And H2 also positioned himself well. Pumunta mo na doon sa kaliwa with the Shadow, eventually dipping back into the Lord fight nung kaya na niyang patayin. And Matilda as well, keeping tabs of Dilarski. Look really good para sa Onic Philippines when it comes to the start, but NXP have found their footing.
Yep, and again, NXP now enjoying the largest lead they've had so far. It's always been around this level. It's always been around 3K, 4K at most. 16 minutes in. You gotta give kudos as well to Onic Philippines. Ang ganda ng defense nila dun sa top lane. And now sasalubungin nila itong waves, mid and bottom. Still a deadlock. Yes, NXPE EVOS won that last engagement. Pero Onic knows how to deal with this situation even if they are dehado.
Oh, grabe itong game na to. You don't know what to expect. But, abante pa rin ng NXP. Good thing is, nakukuha pa rin nila yung mga Lord. And you gotta have to give it to Onic Philippines. Ang kanilang focus talaga is to take out Donut. Yun yung naging focus dito ni Flick and he was successful in doing so. Still, sobrang close ng ating laban sa ngayon. And I think in 81 seconds, that's well above a minute, which means, hindi Lord yung next Lord natin. Lord Evolve. Ito rin kasi nasabi ng game. Onic Philippines, are they gonna go for the play? This time, meron na silang mga battle spells and that's also true with NXPE EVOS. Ang gusto nilang secure is the purple buff. Look at Cadenza. Ang ganda ng pwesto ni Cadenza dito. Might find an opening but hindi na i-risk ng Onic Philippines. That was very scary. Imagine mo yun si Marky in range. Within arm's reach ni Cadenza.
Yeah, and pwede pa mag-TikTok plays given na may flicker to si Cadenza pero mukhang nag-overstay na nga dito. They knew that after that orange buff, hindi na kanila ang bush na yon, hindi na dapat tambayan dahil nga nalalagyan ni Hatred ng vision ang mga bushes na ito. H2 with the shadow down south and Oreshi, iniwan yung wave sa may baba. So it's a level of freezing that will allow for this next Lord to eventually be a better take for NXPE EVOS. 2 Lords to none, ha? 2 Lords to none. Let's say, this next Lord Wolf, mahanapan ng Onic ng paraan makuha. Will that put them back on the map? Maganda rin ba ang depensa ng NXPE EVOS? I think, lamang ang Onic ng bahagya sa wave clearing.
Yes. Walang ganong kalaking wave clear or fast wave clear itong NXPE EVOS comparably sa Onic Philippines. And this is Lord Evolve. 18-minute Lord to. Anyone who secures this, sobrang laking advantage nun. No, sobrang ganda ng lane flow ng NXPE EVOS to the point na napunta doon si Flick at binigyan na konting opening NXP at with Clint, mabilis lang to. Fortunately for Flick, isa siyang pakito so mabilis din siya mag-dash through the map.
Yes. Pero I like yung positioning ni Oreshi dito. Kaya niyang gawin yun. Kasalubungin niya kung sino man ang dumaan dito, pero specifically si Flick. Si Flick yata ang inaantay niya para masu-flicks. Oh! Wait lang, that's stacked, placed on, and there you go, Flick in trouble, down he goes! Hayes gets a kill, pero si Donut naman ang tatalo nandito ni Dilar, pinoprotektan siya underneath this turret, hindi siya mabubuhay. They tried with that guiding wind, but that's immortality pop of the general, makabagsakin na rin siya ni Oreshi dito, 2 for 1 ang palitan so far, it's gonna be shadow kill, H2, Choco Salonga, takes down Paloyski, dalawa na lang titira si Hatred, si Super Marky, at mukhang nanalo na nga ang NXPE EVOS sa palitan. That's gonna be one more kill. Immortality pop on to Super Marky, traded out so far, pero Immortality lang ang mawawala dito sa side ng NXPE EVOS, and that's a wipeout!
Woo! Well
Sheesh!
done, NXP Evos. They have managed to isolate Flake. Medyo nag-stutter kasi yung screen ko, so hindi ko alam exactly what happened there. But this is game winning. Sobrang ganda ng wipeout na yun. Only Flake alive. 10 seconds for Dilar's game. Very unlikely for the defense na nararamdaman niya sa next play Evos ang next round. Ang ganda ng pag-tap nila. Galak na!
Ladies and gentlemen, that is next play EVOS taking game number 5. Moving on through the lower bracket. The dream is alive for Janiel Bataanon to bring his younger teammates that much closer to joining him once again to be part of Sibol. GG well played for Onic Philippines.
Wow, that's super well done mula sa NXPE Evos. You gotta have to meet yung advantage sa side nila, right? It was a long drawn game, sobrang tiring nun for sure. Pero imagine this, they had what? 3 rookies, 2 veterano sa kanilang side, but they still managed to win that series against a team with 1 rookie, right? Sobrang lupit no, lalo na yung game number 5. Why? Because they managed to find the open